Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another movie review. Talk so fast. Anyway, I decided to watch Tank Girl yesterday. It was on television and I have it on VHS and I really need to get a DVD copy of it because it's been one of my favorite cult films of all time. Now I know it may not be the best film that has ever been made, however, it is outstanding. It is funny. It's got great action. It's got a really intriguing apocalyptic setting. It takes place in the year 2033. You've got these mutant creatures called rippers that are half human, half kangaroo that were created. Um, and Rebecca herself is just the pinnacle of badassery. She's just amazing. She's such an awesome character. I just love her, love her, love her to death. And I'm a little bit like Rebecca, but not to the point where I just curse at everybody. And I don't take any guff. Nah, I never do. But I'm a little bit eccentric, like she is. That's why I like the movie so much. And of course, it's got a lot of fan service and some sexy uh, sexiness to it, which makes it appealing for the guys too. Jet Girl is really cool. She's your typical British chick, but she's very good with airplanes, mainly jets. That's why they call her. That's why she's called Jet Girl. Um, I've never read the comic series, but I'm sure I would absolutely adore it. I'm a lover of many things British, and this is one export that I can say jolly good too. I mean, it's just excellent. It's gorgeous, and I love Tank Girl's always been my favorite, and she's just such an icon for me. And she dances to the beat of her own drummer, and she doesn't care who gets in her way, and she just doesn't take anything from anybody. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. And it has one of the best villains I've ever seen, played by none other than Malcolm McDowell. Again, another British villain. Why are we surprised? But it's kind of funny considering the fact that this was a British cult comic series, and then they make a villain English. Kind of a double-edged sword there, but Malcolm McDowell is just, he's sensational, and you love to hate him. As far as movies are concerned, this one gets, well, a high ranking for me. I give it 4 stars, even though I know there are a lot of people say, "Oh, it was terrible, and the acting was terrible." And no, as the villain that he plays, he is very fiendish, and the idea of water and power um, is kind of familiar. You probably recognize that whole thing from Waterworld if you've seen it. It's a different kind of power in that sense that there really is no democracy. There's an anarchy, and I just I know I'm comparing two movies that are not really the same. And this one I actually like Tank Girl a lot better than Waterworld. Both are my guilty pleasures, and I'll admit to that. It's kind of a turn your brain off kind of film, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's just one of the better apocalyptic films I've seen, even though the special effects and all that weren't that great for the time period. It's still a good movie to watch if you're interested in writing an apocalyptic story or something like that. And one of my favorite scenes is when she's looking for a member of the resistance within the Madam's fortress. These girls are made into women before their time. You can guess their trade. They play some music that I thought, oh yeah, that is familiar. That's where I heard it the first time. It was if you complain, and if you complain once more. They actually play that in Sucker Punch, which I thought, oh yeah, I know that song. Yes, exactly, that's the one. Should have recognized that from all the way back then, but I hadn't seen it when it first came out in '95. I saw it when I was about 21. I think was the first time I had seen it. I think this was the second or third time that I watched it, but it's got a good combination of uh, comic book uh, essence to it. It's like you're in a comic book, and then there's animation in it that's really fantastic. I think I love it. The animation parts are probably the best bits of the whole film as far as I'm concerned. Um, it's still one of my favorites to this very day, and I give it 2 thumbs up. No questions asked. So if you haven't seen it, it's kind of lesser known, and Ice-T plays a Ripper, which is it's rather intriguing to see him in that getup with a tail and all that. And actually, he does a very good job as a Ripper. I thought he was awesome. His those creatures are very intriguing, and the relationship between Booga and Rebecca I've always liked as well, because I thought that was a very unusual love story. And of course, a lot of people would probably object that it's like, no, it's bestiality, you can't, rah, 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 rah. But it's fiction. Come on, get over yourselves. But it's just a really outstanding um, hit yourself up by your pants ride, and it's just so much fun, and it's just pure entertainment. That's all there is to it. And if I had a choice out of what tank I would want, I would get an Abrams, because Abrams are fast and they get you to where you want to go. Plus, it's less clunky and less heavy, and I think it's just fleeter when getting into different areas, and maybe the more modernized tanks are better at this too. But the Abrams, I'm not sure why. I really like the Abrams tank just because it's awesome and it's just designed so well. So that would be my weapon if I were in the year 2033, and I would probably be fighting with Tank Girl.